shout out to audience member of my nervous breakdown. You sent me an image of Zubie Tech's new profile picture. Now, the crazy thing is the profile picture that he now has adopted doesn't match that particular doesn't match the particular image that you sent me. So I think he may have changed it. Because here it is. This is the picture that you sent me, nervous breakdown. It says Zubie Tech, gaming analyst, tech enthusiast, comic book fan, and then it says PC gamer. But when I go to his, page, the PC gamer has been removed from the, wall picture and also from the description as well. But I think this is now a reaction from a few things. I remember this account as one that really did try to paint PC gaming in a poor light. So I think this is possibly why the revision was there. Because he took the Steam hardware survey. I remember making that video. He and Nib95, and they were talking smack about it. And, D-Batch also jumped in. Oh, PC gamers don't have 5090s. They only have 3060s. What's causing this, and this is going to continue to happen, is as PlayStation is not even addressing these PlayStation fanboys and just moving straight into multi-platform, right? Without even acknowledging that, some of their fans bought the PlayStation for the exclusives. Everyone is now starting to claim, but we kind of said so. Zubie Tech went ahead and put this March 27 post of his that he says, expect more PlayStation IP on Switch. And then he posts the job description about this particular PlayStation, job posting that's showing that they need an account manager that would report to a multi-platform centric piece of the puzzle. And here's the problem. I told many of you, I said, guys, what's happening is a lot of PlayStation, talking heads. What you did was you argued yourself into a corner. You went so strong on the arguments that there was no way change was going to happen because you thought PlayStation was superior to Xbox in that regard. Just because Xbox went to start making money, you positioned your arguments, you positioned your talking points, you positioned your own premise, your ethos. And I think you bet on the wrong horse. You really did. All of the indicators have been here for a long time. For instance, when PlayStation's Insomniac got hacked, that should have been when you changed your profile. If you didn't change your profile then, in December of 2023, when this thing came out, I don't know when else. There's not an appropriate time. Now everyone's going to be watching and looking and saying, why are you running? Stand with the platform that you claim that claim that is the superior platform, and it's a PlayStation. Now you don't see it over there. It's gaming analyst, tech enthusiast, and we know that you're not a tech enthusiast. If anything, you've always berated the PC platform with any moment you could find an opportunity to. Remember all your Ratchet and Clank talk? This stuff is not forgotten by a lot of us because we were watching, and I'm almost certain people have gathered receipts and have scrolled through your timeline, which I don't have time for that. There's no reason, right? I told you PlayStation was on my debate team. Their execs, Herman Hulse, Sean Layton, Lynn Azar. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining the team. Shuei Yoshida, both present and former. Hirokito Toki. They are on my debate team because the market is pretty much telling them exactly what it is they need to do. And they're going to follow the ebbs and flow of the market. Do you remember when PlayStation said that our pillars are already dated and behind the competition? Did you see when they saw that Microsoft can supply multi-game subscription 50%, console games 50%, PC 60%? Do you see that analysis? Look at it again. Look at it once again. Let your eyes see it. Do you remember when they said that the shift from PS to Xbox with timing and in-game differential are the weapons that Xbox wanted to use? Do you remember when they said that a unified PC console experience doesn't exist because form factor and computer power are too diverse? And Xbox said, hold our carbonated water. And they were making a handheld, And they looked and said, man, before we get this handheld to market, after R&D, after basically shipping stuff, making sure AMD can, get stuff and getting components, getting, retail chain and all that stuff, why don't we just hang on to a train that's already pretty much running down the tracks? And they hit up Asus, and Asus was like, yeah, let's get on board. And now they're going to be the first to attach their way into a market with a handheld to bring that unified system with storefronts everywhere, play anywhere everywhere, because it was never necessarily the unified mobile PC console experience that was a problem for PlayStation. It was the fact that they never really were interested in a consumer-centric approach, while Xbox was doing play anywhere and had the consumer-centric approach available to their gamers. So where are we? Here we are, and we're having this conversation today, and people are changing their profile pictures and claiming that somewhere, somehow, they had been in the forefront of this. No way. I have a bookmark of you, Zubie _tech, of you disparaging the PC ecosystem. Now you want to respect it because it has absolutely bludgeoned a lot of what it is that you held, the premise? You can't do that. You can't run away. You can't run away. You can't run away. No. All of this talk of, oh, why do you even need an Xbox? Well, get ready, right, to answer thousands of why do you need a PlayStation inquiries. Actually, hundreds of thousands. Because again, you set the stage. You set the standard for where we are in the gaming conversation today. And with that in mind, you've got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the market doesn't care. I told you that the market doesn't care about fanboyism. The market never really cared. And many people continue to jump out there, right? In fact, before the article actually got put out there, right? Zubie, you were seen talking more about the graphite matte PlayStation 5 Pro. You were talking about gaming, Sony gaming stakes. You knew about there's stakes in different companies. Woohoo! But you weren't paying attention to the market. I think PlayStation has blindsided its most avid supporters and its avid fans. But to me, I think this is a good thing because they want to be in a position to be able to make money and compete against Microsoft. I make a lot of videos talking about Xbox's business. And I would hate a world where Xbox would dominate to the point where they actually have a very huge amount of control and influence, which right now they're controlling as a publisher some of the biggest content in the world in different categories. That may not seem like a big deal to the people who were yelling console sales until PlayStation abandoned console sales and started going for MAUs and following in that right. Then they started to wake up. PlayStation now is talking about possibly bringing one game to the Xbox ecosystem. So I said to Xbox ecosystem, to the PlayStation platform each year. When Xbox is looking at 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly. The timeline is insane. The timeline is insane. So, let this be a lesson in I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I don't know why people, please don't ever think that I know everything. I'm an idiot out here. Okay? Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate your time and audience. Peace out.